Hi everyone, welcome back to another stream at Faraday Academy. I'm going to be continuing the curriculum app that I've been working on some more of the auth. If you look in the description below, there's a link to the repo. If this is your first time watching the stream, it's on my GitHub, which is Gwen F, and the name is Curriculum App. And if you go into issues and project boards, you can kind of see what I've been working on. In the in progress, I have this authentication endpoints and functionality. So in the last stream, I set up the register endpoint and also the front end. And so this time I need to do login, I spelled that wrong, and some related functionality like add the JWT tokens. And if I have time, I might add an additional user object that's not for authentication. That's just for like profile information, maybe a user image or something like that. All right, so register. Let me close the front end. And I have these auth endpoints in my API. Hi Lars, how are you? Okay, so I'm importing Bcrypt here to handle the authentication. And in my register endpoint, okay, so I'm already doing bcrypt.hash. Did I? Oh, this is in my register. Sorry, I'm working on the login one now. So basically, I'm finding the user by their email here. And let me look at the user schema. Yeah, so I just have username, email, and password, which will be hashed. It's still a string. Okay, so then I find the user by the email, and now here I need to check if the password is the same. And I would need to salt and hash it and then compare it, but there's a function in Bcrypt that does that for me. So let me actually pull up the Bcrypt docs here. Bcrypt npm, I guess, for the JavaScript one. It should have basic usage here. Okay, to hash a password, to check a password. So I use bcrypt.compare, and then I compare the plain text password with the hash password. Okay, so I'm going to copy this, paste it here, and then so I have the plain text password, which is the password off of here. And then this shouldn't be doc. I'm going to call this user. Oops. Because this is the user object that I'm getting from, from MongoDB. Okay, so I'm going to compare it with, I guess I'll do user.password. And I'm going to use async await, so I'm going to await that. All right, and then I compare the password. Now, if the password's the same, actually let me result. Okay. I want to see what it returns here. So I'll put const. I guess I'll just make a compared variable, and I'm going to send that back. So I'll save this, and then I'm going to pull up my REST client. Oops, that's not my REST client. This is my REST client to make the API calls and check this. All right, So http://localhost, the backend's at 5000, and then API/v1/auth. I think that's what it is. Let me look at the index. Yeah, /auth, and then it would be /login. So, okay. So first let me register a user. I need to set one header real quick. So I need to set the content type. I'm going to send in JSON. Okay. Hi, Malik. This isn't part 3. This is just an ongoing stream where I'm building different pieces of this application, but I guess it's kind of part 2 of the login, because last stream I started with doing the front end and some of the register stuff, and now I'm doing the login, and yeah, I should get to the JWT tokens and some other stuff today too. So res.send compared. Oh yeah. So let me make an object here, and my user is username, email, password. So I'll say Gwen, email Gwen@example.com, and password I'll say 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so now I'm going to send this to register. So this will be a post request. And it's not working. What's going on? Username is required. Okay, because I have no error handling, it's not catching it. So instead of name, I needed to put username here. So let's try that. Good. Go back at 201. It returns, of course, it doesn't return the password, just the username and email. So I should be able to now post to, yeah, I don't need the username because they're just going to log in through email. And I should be able to post to here. Let me see. So get rid of the username. And now I'll go to login. And I have another issue. Let me get rid of that. All right, users.find. Okay, so it's looking for the email. Data and hash arguments required. Okay, so it's saying that for this function is throwing the error. It's saying data and hash arguments required. So I'm guessing there's no user.password that's undefined. Let me send back the user here. Okay. Oh, I see. So I accidentally created a user or 2 users with the same email. So it's actually an array that I'm getting back. So first thing I need to do is make the email a unique field. And the second thing is I think there's a find one method for Mongo. Okay, so first let me make this unique. And for email, actually username should be unique too, because I'm going to use that later for public profile. You're saying there's a find one method? Good. In that case, I'm just going to do that. Hi, Sagar. That's funny, Gwen Stacy. I actually have the Ghost Spider comics right in front of me here. Yeah, I really like those ones. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, is there a unique? It must be just a unique Boolean. Let me look. Mongoose unique schema. Okay, so they're setting unique is true. Yeah, so it seems like it's just unique is true. Good. Okay, so now unique is true. So the other data, is what it is. Username, I'm going to go ahead and set the username to unique too. Okay, and password is fine like it is. And that now I have find one. So let me see if that returns just one object. Let me create a new one since I created two of the same type. So let me post, I'll just make a new username here. I'll call it Gwen2. And then I keep trying to use Vim commands in the browser. Okay, and now Gwen2 at example.com. Let's see how that works. Okay, I created Gwen2. And now I'll get rid of username again. And I'll change this to login. Sweet, and now I just get the one object. Awesome. So now if I do, now if I do compared, let me return compared. And this shouldn't throw an error. True. Awesome. Okay, so this is, I guess I'll make this is valid. Okay, so that's a Boolean. And now that I have the, I meant is valid. Valid. Okay. So now that I have the comparison if it's valid or not, I want to log the user in. So I should return so I should return the username and email in an object, but I also want to return I want to return a JWT token too. So let me make a payload here equals, and then I'll return username is user.username, email is user.email. So here actually, no, because I don't want the password off of it, so I'll leave it like that. Okay, and then JWT, I'll just put an empty string for right now. Hi, Halil. So I started using password. Honestly, I haven't used password in probably 3 years or something. I started looking into using it for this project, and then I just said, no, I'll just use Bcrypt and a simple JWT and call it a day. But yeah, password's great too. Okay, so now I'll send back, the payload, and just test it real quick. Okay, now for the JWT. So I need another node library. And I think the one I'm going to use is JWT simple, because it just gives me the two functions that I want. Or was it SimpleJWT? I can't remember. Yeah, this one. You're currently using it. Thanks. Yeah, Passport seems great. There's a lot of functions that I don't need yet. Okay, JWT, so I require it. Okay, I can have the payload. Validating a token, I just verify that the token, okay. Header, require, get token, so I pass in header, the payload, and the secret that I'm just going to publicly set for now, but that will be a private secret later. And that generates the token that I'll send back. Okay. So this, I guess I'll make a helper function to do the JWT stuff. Yeah, I think I'll do this in a separate file because that's going to get more complicated later. So the first thing is I need to install. So npm I simple JWT. Yeah, SimpleJWT. Okay. Cool. And now I'll start running the backend again. Oh, I need to go into the backend folder again. Oh, I think I made a mistake. Oops, I installed that in the wrong folder. So, sorry, let me fix my mistake. So I'll go back out here because there wasn't an npm modules in there, but now I have a node modules and a package.json that I wasn't supposed to add. So I forgot because I'm putting the backend and the front end in the same repo, but they have separate node modules. So I'm going to do rm the package lock. Yeah. Okay. And then rm-rf, the node modules. And now I'll cd into the backend. And now I will install SimpleJWT. All right, that's done. And now I'll do npm start. Deprecation. Okay, that's fine. And now let me just take all of this. I'm just going to return a token from a function. So in my server, let's see. I don't know. I'll just make a utils folder, I guess. Okay. And now I'm going to make a new file and just call this jwt.js. And then I'll paste this in here. Okay, now in this file, I'm going to let's see, user ID. So in the payload right now, I guess I'll just set in the user ID. That's it. So I'm going to make this into a function here. So let me call this function, oops. Oh, I just messed it up. Okay, so let me call this function generate token. And then I'll pass in the user I guess I'll just pass in the user ID because that's all that I need. Hi, nobodies. How are you? So generate token, I'll pass in the user ID. And with the user ID, I will, okay, the header, I don't know, I guess the header doesn't need to be inside of the function. So here, but I'll put the payload inside of the function because I need the user ID. Oh yeah, ID, and then I'll do that. Okay, so it's just taking the user ID, putting it in the payload, and now I need a secret. So this secret isn't going to change, so I'll also keep this outside of the function. What should I say the secret is? I don't know. Gwen Stacy. Okay, and then this is just setting the type. And now I generate a token which needs to be inside of the function. And then the function is going to return the token. And then I have to export the function. So I would export default generate token. Thank you. Thanks, Justin. You can use Babel node. Yeah, I probably should be using Babel node. That's right, because I have to do module.exports here because I'm not using Babel node. Module.exports equals generate token. Babel is really bad. Yeah, Typescript Babel. I'm sure this code will evolve a lot over time. Okay, so now I have this function generate token, which I have the header, the payload, and the secret set. Okay, and actually I'm going to go ahead and put this in an object because there's going to be another function inside this file, which will be compare token. Or I guess check valid. Check token, maybe. So anyways, let me import that into my auth. So I'll say const yeah, so const JWT equals require require utils / JWT. All right. Hi, Rafter. You live in East Coast time? I guess like 60% of the US lives in this time zone. All right. Okay, so JWT, and now I'll have to call generate token here. So I'll say const token equals, was it from my JWT? Actually, I'll just pull this off of here. So I'll say what did I call it? Oh yeah, generate token. So I'll say generate token. And then here, say generate token, and then I need to pass in the user ID. So I have the user and dot underscore ID. I'll use the Mongo ID for the user since it's unique anyway. And now I have token. Well, first I need to check if it's valid, because otherwise I need to return something if it's not. So here I should say if it's not valid, then I need to return from here. Or no, I'll do res.send. So what should be the invalid login credentials? I should send a status though that's not, because I think by default this will send back a 200. So what status? Does anyone know what status I should be sending back here? I could invalid login status code. Yeah, I am excited about Dino. I've been wanting to try it out. I've just watched a few tutorials. It looks cool. Res.status 401. Okay, that makes sense. So when I send the status, I can't remember. Do I send a message to, or do I do dot send? So I'll do dot status and then 401, and then can I still say dot send, or is this together somehow? Let me see. Express status with message. Okay, everyone agrees it's 401. Bad request. Okay. The default message is just bad request. Res.status.send. Okay, I can chain them. Good. So that should work. If it's not valid, and so if it is valid, then it's going to generate a token. And so here I will return the token, or I guess I'll just call it a token. Oops. Token. That's fine. So I'll send back the username, email, and token. Good. And then I'll have to set up middleware to check the token for auth requests. If I were you, I'd do a util function to send payloads. You can add a default HTTP parameter, and then you could also automate that stuff for you. Okay, that's probably a good idea. 1 second, let me check to see if what I'm doing is working. So I have the login. Let me log in with this user I know is valid. And sweet, I get a token back. I got a token and I got my username and email. Now let me change the password and see. Invalid login credentials. Awesome. Okay. So let's see. A util function. You can add a default HTTP parameter. So what would the util function look like? Let's see. I have, well, first let me do, I guess well, this will be another function because I won't be doing this in login or register. but I'll need to compare or check token here. But I'll need to do this in middleware for authenticated routes. Do something like export const send payload config gp status. Do a send error in case there are errors. You can do logging, parse errors. Yeah, I don't have a logger set up. I should have a logger. Okay, so if I did middleware here, HTTP response, should I call it that? Response.js. And then I guess I don't need any, I don't need any imports in this file. Wait. Okay. I want to get something here before I forget about it. So something like export const. Okay, so let me just put dummy code here then. So the first thing I would do is, I guess I would write a function that takes Hi Julio, how are you? Or Julio, right? If I were, okay, I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to think about this. So it takes the HTTP code and any info or message, and then returns the status, and I guess it would handle logging too, right? Maybe from this function. Okay. Let me go ahead and set up the auth routes then, since this is what I was already working on. So I have login and register. So I think this is all I want to do in this auth.js file. But for some routes like the, let's see, the curricula, actually, this isn't a good example because some of these will be public routes and some of them won't be. So what I'm going to do is actually set up endpoints for the user so that you can get user information. Yeah. So, no, sorry. Actually, so this is a problem that I have right now. So I just realized. So in these, let's say you're getting a certain curriculum by its ID, and that's publicly viewable, right? Anyone can view it. But you have to be, thanks Raftar, but you have to be logged in to be able to patch or delete or to update it in any way. So the only thing you can do is get a read-only curriculum if you're not logged in. So the problem is that on the curriculum object, there is nothing here to show who created the curriculum. So I need a foreign key here to point to the user. I need to store the user ID here somewhere. So I can say like created by. And then eventually I guess I could have other people with access to it, CRUD access, or admin level users or something. Yeah, I definitely do need middleware for, make middleware. Yeah, I need middleware for private routes. I think I need to do this first because I need routes to be private. So I'm gonna just add a created by here. And actually maybe this should be at the end. Let me do it after sections. So I'll do created by, and then this will be an object. It will be, the type will be a mongoose or a Mongo ID type, which nowhere I can copy from here. It will also be required. So I'll set required as true. The type will be, so let me see what it is. Mongoose schema type ID. Because then we're going to check if the user is authorized to be able to edit that. So let's see. Maybe that's not what I want. Is it just a mongoose.object ID? Mongoose.schema.types object ID. Okay, cool. Thank you. Mongoose.schema.types. Oh, is it types? Dot object ID. Sweet. Thank you. Okay, so I should get the created by here with the ID of the user, and then I need to write the middleware. So let's see. Where do I have? So basically I just have middleware here. So I'll probably go ahead and create a new folder for middleware, and then do an auth middleware. So I guess this will just be auth route or check auth route, maybe, which will be, yeah, request response and next, request response and next, and then that. Okay. Do I have to return next, or is it just call next? Okay, and then I'll do export. Oh, module.exports. Module.exports equals check auth route. Okay. Oh, should I call it auth middleware? Maybe I should. Auth middleware. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I guess I haven't been returning it, but maybe that's a good idea. So, okay. So it's a roundabout way of doing that. Okay. So now I have auth middleware, which does nothing. Now I'm gonna just real quick import it into here. So I'm importing my routes, setting express. So why am I doing const everywhere? So I'm just gonna make this standard. So const, and now I'll do const auth middleware equals, let's say require, and then middleware /auth. Okay, so now I'm pulling in the default export of middleware /auth. And now I just need to, okay, JSON helmet cores, and now I'll do app.use auth middleware. Okay, that looks good. I think it looks good. And in auth middleware, I'll need to check that the JWT token is valid. So this will import from utils this check token. Could create an index inside a middleware folder and just export. Yeah. Index is a good pattern. I just have one, so I guess I'm being lazy and just putting it in one file. Okay, one second. So JWT check token. So what's the function for check token? Get token, the verify token. Okay. Secret token. I still have the secret. I'll have to pass in the token to the function. And then I'll just basically all I'm doing here is returning. Have you used other ORMs for Mongo? No. I've been using so I've used Sequelize, some type ORM. I've been using the Django ORM a lot lately. By the way, is it possible to import? Yeah, it is. That's what I think someone mentioned earlier, using Babel so that I could use that syntax. Also, in the latest version, I think it's the latest version of Node that added ES6 imports into it. Is it version 12 or 13? I can't remember. But now you can use them just as a Node standard. Okay, so I could just return this from here for now. So JWT dot verify token, and then so I'll have to pass the token in here. And the secret, oh yeah, I have the secret up here. Okay, so that's fine. And then this, I guess that returns a Boolean true false. And now I'll export, check token from here. Okay. Node 14 is out? Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay. So what is LTS? Is that still 12? The latest stable one? Because whatever I'm using, it was like the LTS, and it's right before that, I think. Okay, so I have check token, and now I need to import that into my middleware. So, undo. And now I'll do const check token, or I'll pull it out. So check token equals require, and then utils /JWT. Okay. Node 14 will be LTS from October. Okay, then I guess that means, oh no, because they're only doing even numbers, right? For that, okay. Yeah. Check token require that. Okay, return next. So what am I going to do for auth middleware? Oh yeah, so check token, I'll have to pass in a token. So check token, I'll have to pass in a token. So I get the token from request.body.token. So this should be const token equals request.body.token. Yes, I love the question mark syntax. That's such a good idea. Okay, so request.body.token, I'll check token. This will be is valid equals, so if is valid, if it's valid, then I return next. Else, do I throw an error here? Is that the best way? Bear request.headers.authorization. Oh, right. That's right. So this shouldn't be passed in the body. This should be request.headers.authorization. Is it authorization? Okay. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. What was I doing? Okay, so is valid. And then what's the best way here? So should I throw an error? Oh yeah. Then I can do res.status and that'll stop the middleware because I won't be calling next. Throw an error and catch it. I don't have any error handling middleware, so I guess it's just expresses default middleware, however that's handled. Not authorized. This is fine for now. Yeah, I could make this shorter. I think this is pretty explicit, so I'm fine with how it looks now. Is valid, return next. Okay. What? Nobody's. What are you laughing at? My code? Okay, so now, okay, the problem is this isn't for all routes, right? So how do I differentiate routes in Express? Because right now, API/v1, so I should have auth routes and non-authenticated routes, right? Because I don't need this middleware. Right now it's being called for all routes. Oh, okay. If was in USA, okay. App.use auth middleware, app.use API v1 routes. Yeah, how does anyone know how I should separate these? Jepson send message. Yeah. App.use. Okay, so you're saying I should have something like two of these, and then one of them I can pass in. Oh no. So I shouldn't use auth middleware here at all. So I should be using it here, right, in the API, because then I can set which ones to be authenticated. Yeah, not at app use level. Okay. Only to specific routes. Even here, I guess I shouldn't do it here because some of these routes are and some aren't. And since this is public and private, I'm going to have to check individually. And even at the function level, I'm going to have to check. So I don't think these are good examples for auth routes. I'm going to have to create, I really have to create a /users here, I think, to try out the auth middleware. So what is this? Oh yeah, I'm going to have some user endpoints. So here I'll do users, and this one is where I will pass in the auth middleware, right? I like the decorator way of explaining the auth. Yeah, I like the decorators too. And that's what we're using in Django. But since I'm doing it myself, I'm just trying to do it however I can get it done. Are decorators really not supported in JS? I guess not. Maybe that is a TypeScript thing. Okay, so auth middleware. Okay, TypeScript scores a point. Auth middleware const auth. Oh, they're not. Auth middleware equals, where are we pulling this in from? Require middleware /auth. Okay, did I spell this wrong? Auth middleware. Oh yeah, I guess I did. Okay, so I have that. It's going to authenticate user routes. Now, what routes do I want in the user? So, well, first let me copy over this stuff. I need to import these. And let me just go ahead and get this. So, .get, and this will be an async function. Okay, and then at the end, this will module.exports equals router. Okay. So you have to be authenticated to get users. Eventually you won't be able to get all users, but we can just use this as an example. So, okay, first of all, here I just want the user object from Mongo. Everything else is okay. And so I'm just gonna broadly return all users here. So await user.find, that's what I need. So here I'll do const users Gwen, can you plan a series? I am going to do Next. I'm just figuring out how to get, yeah, I'm figuring out how to get Next to work well with Django. I've been trying it out. I've been trying out a lot of Next libraries. It's really well designed. I like it a lot. Const users equals, oh yeah, user.find, and this should find all of the users in the database. And then all I'm going to do is res.send users. That's it. And this will be an authenticated route to try. So I need the request and response here. Yeah. Hey. Yeah, come to my Discord. I'll post it in the comments after if it's not already in the description, but everyone's invited to come. I'm on there every day to chat. So, let's see. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Okay, so user router. Okay, so let me try this route. Yeah, it'll be /user. So here, or /users, and it's a GET request. Cannot read property split of undefined. In function verify token. So let me look at that function. Let's see. In function verify token cannot read split. So I wonder if the token, oh, I'm not passing in the auth token. That's why. I need to pass in an authorization. So let me get a token first. Let me go to auth/login and post. And let me copy this token. And then, yeah, I'm checking. I mean, I'm not going to actually let users get all users, but I'm just using this for an example. So, oops. This app isn't always the best. So authorization, and then that's it. Okay. So now let me go to users, and do a GET request. Oh, nope, not working. Let's see. What happened this time? Converting circular structure. Server session pool. Users.find1. Let me reset the server. I might be importing things into each other, and that might be causing circular problems. Are you fetching the JWT in the middleware? Yes. JWT, well, I'm requiring my JWT function from the middleware here. Do you think that's what's wrong? I guess. Okay, now that I reset my server, let me try this again. So GET request to users. Native topology, converting circular structure to JSON. So I feel like I'm requiring things, or I'm requiring files into each other. So there's some kind of circular dependencies here. Do you think that's what it is? Let's see what this is. So in my JWT, my auth middleware is importing that. Try res.send, okay. Okay, yeah, let me try it. What function was I in users? So, but I think the error is happening before here, but I can try. Oops, undo. So here, res.send instead of sending users. Okay. Yeah, so okay works. And now, so why would it be a circular dependency for finding users? user.find. So I wonder if it's because my data's messed up. Is the problem solved? Request.headers.authorization.split. Oh, await, right? Oops, undo. No. Okay. Await. Users.find. Okay. Let me see if this works. Yeah, it was await. Sweet, I get all the users now. Awesome, thank you. Okay, so this one just blanket returns all the users, which is good. I should have user CRUD operations where you can update and delete users. But that's okay. Let's see. It's been an hour. I have some more time though. I can. So now what do I need to do? So let me go into. Okay, so I'm using Auth Middleware here. So let me copy this again. So I'll copy that, and then yeah, I guess I'm not doing bearer here. What? You should find ID. Please stay. Okay. I should find ID. Oh, the user by ID. Yeah. I need to have those functions. Okay, so let me make sure that. So let me get rid of authorization, and now I'll try to do it. Okay, so cannot read split. Returns a string. You need to split request.headers. So where is that? That's in my auth middleware. So you're saying I need to split this string here? For the, yeah, because what I'm supposed to be doing is authorization. I should be putting bearer here, right? Bearer. Is that why I need to split? Okay, and then I would be doing dot split on that, and then 1. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Okay, cool. Let me see if that works then. Okay, so that works, and now let me get rid of the token again. And yeah, okay. So that's to be expected. So I need to wrap this in a try catch then, right? Try, and then catch. Oops, ERR. Oh wait, I need to close the try. Okay, and then in catch, I'll do res dot status. I guess it would be 500 dot send or should I do invalid token or do the ugly check? Yeah, I think this is better than the ugly check. So this will catch any kind of errors, but if I'm sending back invalid token, I can't really send back a 500. So maybe no matter what the error, I'll just send back, okay, 400. Okay, 401. That's fine. All right, so let's see if that returns now. Invalid token, sweet. And I get the 401. Good. Yeah. Can I please send Discord URL? Yeah, sure. As soon as I finish the stream, I'll post the Discord in the comments. Or anybody who's already in Discord, you can post, or you can create an invite if you want. I think I have it open for everyone to be able to create invites because it's a public Discord. So you can post an invite. All right, so I have the tokens, the auth middleware. I could create some more user routes. So actually, I'll need to create these before. So if I did it, I would do router.route, and then this one would be slash, and then ID. So it would be the users/user ID, and then I would do .get async request response. Okay, and then find the user, and then for the user, I'd also have a .patch. And then, patch, and then a .delete. So those are the three methods I think I need on the user item. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that in the stream. Okay. So .get, .patch, .delete. So when I want to get one user, let me just copy this. I can do user.findById. By ID, well, first I need to get the ID, so that will be const. Let's see. Okay, so get, oh yeah, it'll be on here, so it'll be request.params. So user ID will be equal to request.params .id. Yeah, so that will be the user ID. And now find by ID, I think I just pass it in. That would make sense for a function called find by ID to just take the user ID. Okay, and then here it would just be user. So let's see if this route works now. Yeah, I am using MongoDB, and I'm connecting using Mongoose and doing the schema and stuff. Okay, so, oh, that's another thing actually, because here I'm not returning the user ID. I should be returning the user ID. So, and it's going to be too much. So when they log in, it's going to be too much to say, you know, every single thing. So what I'm going to do is just pass in the whole user, and then I'm going to delete payload. Oh wait, delete payload dot password, because I don't want the password being sent back. Is it delete in JavaScript? DEL? Or is that Python? What is it? Remove? Remove? No. Delete? Okay, there's a delete keyword. That's good. Okay, so it's not just DEL. Okay, so now I'll just delete the password, which is the only thing I don't want to return. and then send back the payload, so that way I can send back the user ID, which I'm going to need. Okay, user object plus the token. So now let me log in. So I'll do auth/login. I'll post that, so then I'll be logged in as this user. So that's not what I wanted. Let's see. User.findOne. So the user is I'm getting a lot more stuff than I wanted here. All I want is on this doc pretty much. So like the ID and stuff. So how would I get that? So from the user, because when I return the user from findOne, like if I just return the user by itself, let's return the user. I get exactly what I want. Then how come if I put the user in here, why is it any different? That's weird. Does anyone know why it is? Payload.password. I mean, I could just go back to doing the email, you know, like the ID would be, oh, I can't delete a property. You think that's what it is? I thought I could modify, or I guess I can modify like nested objects in const. Okay, so let me try that then. But that shouldn't be what is causing this, right? Maybe, I don't know. I think, let me just see what happens here. Oh, I'm returning user. Payload. Okay. Yeah. Equals user to object. Okay. Can I use to object? Let's see. User dot to I don't know if I've ever done that before. So, but then I have to put that on a nested object. Oh, payload is a const. Oh, that was dumb. That was real dumb. It's payload. Let. But I still feel like that wouldn't give me the error, right? Yeah. I would still extract the stuff you want to return. You never know what you'll add to the user object in the future. Yeah, I get that's just easier overall. Okay. All right. So I definitely want the username and the email, the token, and I want the ID. Okay, that's fine. So user.id, and then the username will be user.username, user.username and then user.email. I did try. Call a user object. Yeah, it was giving me an error. I'm not sure. I would have to look up that syntax. Try to JSON. I think I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. Okay, so this should work because basically what I need is this ID of the user back. So, okay, so now I'm getting the ID. So now let me do, let me try out the user's endpoint. Invalid token. Oh, because I don't have a token. So let me go to auth /login and now I need the token. So let me set the header authorization. I guess I already have a token there. Okay. So now I have a token and let me get the ID and set users/ID get request. Oh, I'm trying to post. Let me get request. Sweet. And now I have the user for the authenticated route. I'm going to have to check individual permissions for these though to make sure that it's the right user. Because right now, just any user who's authenticated can get any other user information. Yeah, sweet. Okay, so let's see. I think this is good for this stream. Oh, can you hear the cat in the background? She's trying to bring me a toy mouse and going crazy about it. Hi, Method Man, Red Man. Okay, so I feel like this is in a good place. Basically what I want to do... No, I don't have kids. That's my cat. Yeah, basically like a child almost, I guess. Okay, so let me close out of all these. That was a lot. Basically what I need to do next is connect these to the front end so that login and register are working. So I guess let me add a card. So login and register connected or connect to the front end. So that way the user can be authenticated and logged in and navigate around the app as a logged in user. And then I think once I do that and fix a few bugs, I'm going to deploy this application. I really want to get it deployed and live so people can be using it, because then I can, get real users and fix things and updated it. My opinion about TypeScript. I think TypeScript works in some cases and isn't good in other cases. Just like everything else. She likes it. So I think on the back end, TypeScript is better than on the front end, I guess. Yeah, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. I don't have a lot to say about TypeScript. When Vue 3 comes out, I might do something in TypeScript though. I don't want to use it. Beta came out like 2 weeks ago, was it? So Vue 3 will come out soon. I'm guessing it'll come out this summer, the official version, like June or July or something. Yeah, in backend it's better. Okay, so that's basically what I need to do. Make it so users can navigate around the app authenticated. And then, oh yeah, one more thing that needs to be done is authentication should check for correct user in /users and /curriculum or curricula. So basically that it's the correct user, not just any logged in user, trying to perform those functions. And I'll add some more details in an issue for these later. So these two cards, I think I can do these in the next stream that I have on Friday. What tech stack? So I'm a consultant. Right now I'm working in Django, some Vue.js, basically different Python and JavaScript mostly. Observables and Typescript. There will be Typescript on this channel someday. Okay, so thanks for coming to the stream. I'll post the Discord link if you want to hang out with me in Discord today. And I will be back Friday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, EDT. And I'll post that stream later today so you can, I guess, bookmark it or something. Yeah, thanks so much for the help. This was great, everyone. Take care.